Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Out of the Box Gaming. We didn't have last week because Lindsay and I were out of town. We were visiting family, but we are back with full force. If this is your first time joining us, we are a podcast so that we talk about games. Why? Well, because we want to, and because we think that we have something to say that you may want to hear. I am your host, Nick Picard, and joining me is the superhero that no one asked for, but we all need, Will Kinsey.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Goodness. Man, how you doing this week, man? Haven't talked to you. Didn't get to talk to you last Saturday, man. It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, no. I got to see you on Sunday.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice. You got to see my terribly messy apartment.
Yeah, it's okay. I've seen messier.
Oh, that makes me feel better. But yeah, anyways, guys, we want to show you our love of games and, maybe even introduce you to something new. And as always, we want to hear from you guys, so feel free to drop topic ideas, discussion questions, anything like that you would like to hear us talk about.
Yeah. This week we have a pretty good episode, lined up for y'all. We're going to talk about some things that we didn't get to talk about last week since we weren't here. We're going to talk about that new Wukong game that was shown. We're going to talk about some of the stuff from DC Fandom, and we're going to talk about Fortnite a little bit. And if we have time, we may have a game at the end. So yeah.
Ooh.
But now, it's that time of the episode where we bring Lindsay to give us our trivia question. So Lindsay.
Oh, man.
Hi, friends. Before I read you our trivia question, I did want to mention we got the terrible news yesterday that Chadwick Boseman passed away. So we wanted to send our condolences to his family and friends and the Marvel community and just everything else that he's done for us and produced for us. So yeah, we want to send our thoughts and prayers to them.
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
Yes. So indeed. Our trivia question is sort of going with a theme that you might see in our episode. And the question is, who was the first superhero featured in a video game?
Hey, okay.
That I feel like Will may already know.
I think I might know this one. But I could be extremely wrong. But I have a good one, Lindsay.
I have an idea, but I legitimately have I don't really know. Like, I'm not confident in my answer, but I have an idea of what it could be.
Like, I'm fairly confident, but like that 10% of me is like, dude, you're so wrong.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, that is an excellent question that you have for us today. So yeah, if you guys at home wanna think about that question, we'll be back at the end of the episode to give our answers and have Lindsay tell us what the correct answer is. So Nick, what? Well, I guess. Well, we haven't done this for 2 weeks. So what have you been playing over the last 2 weeks, my guy?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Honestly, I don't remember what all I played during the first week. Did we play Rogue Company during that time?
We did. We played a little Rogue Company, and we shredded, man.
Oh,
we did really good.
Yeah. And obviously, I've been playing with a controller, so I may not be as good as some other people, but I feel like I hold my own.
Oh, yeah, most def.
Let's see. I know I've played some Hyperscape since that has been released. I know there was a new game mode that they introduced on Hyperscape. It was like Faction War or something. So there's like 4 teams of 20. Though the other the other day whenever we played it, it was 4 teams of a team that had 7, a team that had 5, another team that had 5, and a team that had 4. So I don't know what was going on with that. And then afterwards, we did a normal game, and there was only like 11 teams in that game, and you normally start off with 33 teams, so there was a third.
Yeah.
So it was very confusing, and we were like, "Is this game dead?" Whenever it just launched, but then
that
we
was
played.
so strange,
Yeah.
man.
And then we played the game after that, and then it was like back to normal. So I was like, okay, I guess it was a fluke or something. I haven't really been playing a lot of Overwatch. I know the event I think ended already.
Yeah, I'm
the summer
pretty sure it
event.
did.
Yeah, I forgot to get go on there and buy the fair skin that I wanted. But yeah, haven't really played a lot of Overwatch as much as used to. I've been playing more Ghosts lately. I am close. I was just telling you before we started the show that I think I'm on the mission that is going to take me into Act 3. So
That's exciting.
yes, I am getting closer and closer of getting through that game. But like I said before, I am definitely taking my time. It's a very great game. And it's just so beautiful. Like I've taken a couple screenshots. I know before we started this, you said that you saw the one that I
Yeah, that
I made, like
was
that
a
epic.
it was a duel, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a duel. Yeah, and I just got like the perfect moment where like the swords collide, and I just like stopped it and then like angled the thing, and yeah, just made a really pretty image. So
That was nice.
yeah, did you see it?
Yeah, I did see
Okay,
it.
sweet. Yes, I've been playing a lot of Ghost. I really cannot think of what else I've been playing.
Fall Guys.
I know. Oh yeah, Fall Guys. How can I forget Fall Guys? Yeah, I've been playing some Fall Guys. Still haven't got another win. I've gotten 2 under my belt, but I haven't played enough to, I guess, get more. I think on their battle pass they have, I'm at like 21 level.
Much higher than me.
Yeah. And then there was I did play. It was on Friday night. I played a match of TFT with you and Alex. Though I had to do that on my phone.
Oh,
yeah,
I did
was
not know you were
how
on your
did
phone.
you do that? We were
Yeah,
out of town.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I think that might be it of what I've been playing. Like I said, I haven't been playing that much, or that I remember. I mean, other than we did do our role playing campaigns this past week, but
Yes,
I mean,
we did.
yeah. But yeah, so
Sure
Will,
did
what
that.
have you been playing the last 2 weeks?
Well, I've recently been getting back into League. Not Summoner's Rift, but ARAMs and TFT. But my buddy Ron, who just moved up from Florida, and our friend John from down there, we've been hitting the ARAMs pretty hard. And just killing it, man.
Yeah,
Really having a
I
good
need to
time.
jump on that action.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten to try out Yone. It's just his kit does not impress me at all, so I haven't bought him or tried him. Which is unfortunate because Lilia, the champ that came out before him, was so dang good.
So that what's Yasuo's brother?
Yeah,
He
Yasuo's brother.
He's been released now.
Yeah.
Because I know it was like a couple weeks ago that we were talking about it and looking over his stuff, but he wasn't released yet.
Yeah,
Which I feel like he came out pretty quick after a new champion, because the one you mentioned like before he came out, what's her name?
Lilia. She only
Yeah.
came out like 2.5, 3 months ago, I think. I may have my timeline all wrong. COVID isolation really makes time,
Yeah.
fuzzy.
But I feel like they
But-
pumped out 2 characters back to back pretty quickly.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's really cool. Like I love his lore. But his kit is just not for me. But I'm a support player, so you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, other than that, played some Rogue Company, and like I told you before we started, man, I feel like I'm really good at that game, but it might just be the game itself makes you feel like you're good at it.
Well,
But
I
it's such a
haven't played
satisfying
yet,
game.
so the real test will be if I when I play it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, we need to get you on Rogue
Now what?
Company.
No,
I'm sure there's
what?
some characters you'd love.
Watch, we'll get in there, and then Will's just straight up like cracking on everybody. It's like, hey, Will, there's a guy over there. No, he's dead. Got him.
I'll be
Okay,
the
there's a
first
guy
to
over there.
die.
Nope, got him too.
Dude, I've been playing with Ron and John, and my buddy John plays the sniper girl, Phantom, and he just cracks people constantly. It's insanity. I'm like, dude, like she doesn't really have much like execute, but you
Yeah.
can like one shot people and down them. But she's so far away shooting, she doesn't really run up and finish it.
Yeah.
But man, that
I feel like
character,
with
I'm
some of those
jealous.
maps, she wouldn't be that great.
There's lanes that she hangs out in, so if you
Yeah.
play her right, it works.
Like, I feel like, that one map where there's one team that definitely has the high ground. I feel like she would be good there. The one
Oh
where
yeah,
we kept
definitely.
getting wrecked on when we were on the low ground. You're like, oh no, we're actually in a good spot. I'm like, they have the high ground. They're destroying us. But then whenever it flipped and we had the high ground and they didn't, they still beat us.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so Rogue Company played that a bit. Oh, yeah, so we talked about back when we did our Ubisoft showcase podcast, they talked about Tom Clancy's Elite Squad that was
Oh
coming
yeah,
to
yeah,
mobile. So obviously I pre-registered for it, and the day that it released, it downloaded on my phone, so I got a little notification, and I started playing it right away, and I've been really enjoying it. It's like a mix of those, typical, you create a team and you do turn-based combat and
yeah.
TFT, because all the basic stuff that the champs do, or the characters or heroes or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I think they're operators in this, but they basically do their stuff auto chess, and then you, as the quote unquote Overwatch, have your own abilities that you do to affect the battlefield and give your boys an advantage. Um, so I've been enjoying that, unlocking new characters. I haven't gotten Sam Fisher yet, but I got Isaac Briggs, which I think was his like replacement or something. But yeah, that I would definitely recommend it if anyone's looking for a fun mobile game or was ever interested in any of the Tom Clancy series. It's really fun, and they've got a lot of cinematics, which cinematics in a mobile game I'm usually pretty like, no thanks.
Yeah.
But they do it really well, like very well. The story's well told. It's got like console or PC level storytelling within it, and it's a mobile game. So that made me happy. Like definitely 5 stars. Um,
Yeah, I know
but
after you mentioned
yeah,
it, I went and downloaded, but I haven't tried it out at all. But I do
yeah,
have it on my phone.
it's really fun, and to be honest, it might be my obsession with Tom Clancy stuff that puts it like over the top to where
Yeah.
like I'm really liking it, but
Mhm.
it is enjoyable. And yeah, other than that, I got back into Remnant from the Ashes, because a friend of mine saw an ad for it and downloaded it, and he was telling me about it. Um, so I've been really enjoying that. It's a procedurally generated, um, like adventure game that's kind of Dark Souls combat. It's super strange. But yeah, I think that's about it for what I've been playing. What about you, Lindsay? What have you been playing over the last couple weeks?
Well, a lot of the same stuff as Nick with the multiplayer stuff. Played
Yeah.
some Overwatch. I wasn't a fan of a lot of the skins for the Summer Games event, so I didn't really play as much as usual, I guess, because I didn't really care about getting them. Played some Fall Guys. I think I played some in the last 2 weeks, and I'm still not very good at it.
There's a lot of luck based on that game.
Yeah, but there's also some skill that I just don't have. We played some Fortnite too, and my students found out that I play Fortnite, and they have been bugging me. One of them asked me probably 5 times one day this week what my name on Fortnite is. I was like, I'm not going to tell you. I don't need to play with my 7 and 8-year-old students.
They'd probably carry you.
Well, yeah, probably so. And they asked me if I was good. I should have just said, I'm the best Fortnite player ever. But they asked me if I can crank in Fortnite, and I didn't answer because I don't know what that was. So I'm guessing if I don't know, then I can't. And then
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, well, I had to look it up, and I found an emote, which I don't know if that emote actually exists. But do you remember from Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, when Star-Lord, they were in the prison and they were doing the mugshots, and he cranks his middle finger? Yeah.
See, I don't think it was that.
And I don't think it was that, but then whenever we played the other night, one of the viewers was saying cranking 90s. And then whenever he said that, I was like, okay, I think I know what it is now. And it's with building, building really quick, and you're just doing 90s all the way up.
So that is not me.
Cranking out 90s. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I think on Thursday at one point in class, my students started arguing about whether or not the new season was starting. And I was like, one of them was like, it's just a myth. And then I was like, no, it is starting. And then I was like, wait a second, why are we talking about Fortnite when we have a lot of other things?
I just like how the kid said it's a myth.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a myth. It'll never happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I played anything on my own this week. So.
Yeah, but, speaking of Fortnite, the new season has started.
Mm-hmm. It was not a myth.
Yeah, it was not a myth. It did happen. And if you have not seen anything about the new season of Fortnite, you may want to look into it because it is Marvel themed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Whenever I, saw it, I text one of my friends who, hasn't really played in a while, and he's the one that, told me to download Fortnite, whenever the Battle Royale started. It's like, hey, we should, play this. I texted him, I was like, yo, this season of Fortnite is the season. And then I told him, and he goes, I'm going to have to update. It's like, oh, yeah, you are. But if you just go and look at some of the skin, from the battle pass, the skins, it looks really good. You start off, you'll have Thor, and you'll do some challenges. You'll eventually get where you have special challenges for him to get emotes and stuff like that. So other than Thor, there's She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
There's Storm.
Wolverine
is he's not part of the battle pass. He's each week you'll have a challenge to go do something with that, and then you'll eventually get him by doing those challenges. Why can't I not think? Iron Man is in it. He's the last one, and he's the one I really, really want, and it looks really cool. Because I don't know if it was an emote or it was just showing whenever you pick him, he'll double tap, his chest, and then the Iron Man suit will go around him what you would see in some of the MCU movies that he's in.
Oh, with the bleeding edge suit.
Yeah. It looks really good. And then there's with the season, other than the battle pass, it just being all Marvel. In the game itself, they have a couple locations that are Marvel themed, there's one. We only went to like one whenever we played. It was the Doctor Doom's like place.
Daddy Doom.
Double D, Daddy Doom. That what we kept calling. I know there was another place that I don't think we went to during our time that we played because we had two places that was blacked out on our map.
Oh.
And I only remember going to one. I think the other one could be Marvel themed.
Well, I guess we need to play today to find out.
But yeah, so there's Doctor Doom's place or whatever, and it's like if you played in the past couple seasons, they have henchmen, and so in that area, it's just basically Doctor Doom's henchmen, and then there's Doctor Doom that you have to fight and defeat. And whenever you defeat him, you get some really cool powers. So it's not like they're weapons, but they're like spell books of how they kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is like a big green ball that he would throw. And whenever it like hits the building or whatever, it would start to catch everything on fire. The other one I didn't get to test, but I know one of our friends, he had it a lot. It was like his primary fire. It was kind of like, I guess best way would be like with Iron Man, you know, how he kind of, you know, would shoot with his like hand blasters or whatever. It was kind of like that, but Doctor Doom.
Okay.
I know there was I don't know where it comes from, but it was the Groot thing.
Oh yeah, there's a Groot skin too.
Yeah, there's a Groot skin. I think that was the other one I was missing. Mm-hmm. But there was a thing with Groot where it's basically you get in a ball and you get to run around and the ball is made of wood.
It's sort of like a little hamster cage that or ball that goes over you and it lasts for a certain amount of time, then it's got a cooldown time on it.
Yeah.
What I'm not familiar with Doctor Doom because I'm not a comic person. Is he like a specific, like a villain for a specific?
Yeah, he was a villain in Fantastic Four.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
which
basically like the richest dude in the Marvel universe, except for probably Black Panther, R.I.P. Mm-hmm. And he's the greatest sorcerer in the Marvel universe, except for Doctor Strange sometimes. But for the most part, he's the greatest sorcerer in the MCU.
Which I'm just going to say, you don't really
straight up magic.
You don't really get that from the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, no, he's never been represented right in the movies, in the cartoons.
Yeah,
they never do him justice because he's too overpowered in the comics. Yeah. Sort of like how they did with Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie. Who was it? Who came and ate the planet?
Honestly, it would be really cool if he was the next big villain for the MCU, like since Thanos is, done, if he was the next big villain and they actually did him justice with how powerful he is.
Dude, that would be epic. Absolutely epic.
Speaking of epic, we're still going to be talking about Fortnite.
I thought it was interesting when they revealed how these characters look. Because last season they brought in Aquaman, and he looked like in the movie Aquaman. But the characters, like Thor, looks like comic book Thor.
Yeah.
And I guess Tony Stark does too. I don't know. Tony Stark just has a look about him where, like,
they all kind of look similar.
They all kind of look similar. And of course, Groot looks like Groot.
No, obviously.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. They did like the comic book side of it, rather than the movie side.
Yeah, like Marvel and Fortnite, they seem like to be doing a lot of things together. Seems like they really like each other.
Because we've already had a few events. There was the in-game event.
Yeah, which I hope they bring back during the season because that's fun to play with the different weapons like the cap shield, the Thor hammer, Hawkeye bow, and Iron Man's
Gauntlets?
Gauntlet things. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's got to be like a Disney like partnership with them because they also got a lot of Star Wars stuff recently
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So
And I mean, just a few DC things. There's been Batman skin, Harley Quinn,
Aquaman that we just had.
I heard that there was going to be a Joker and a Poison Ivy, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. I don't see us getting really DC stuff during this season of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Because it is Marvel. And there's probably some kind of contract they have like during this time of this season.
Mm-hmm.
We want it to just be the Marvel, so you can't do, have any DC stuff. So if you wanted any of the DC skins that they had before the season ended, you probably going to have to wait until at least next season before you start seeing them again.
I know right before this season started, they had like the Harley Quinn back in the shop.
Yeah.
And stuff. But with this new season also came, they brought back several weapons too that they had taken out.
They brought
Nick's
back
favorite pump shotgun is back.
I hate that thing. I even picked one up because I needed a shotgun and I used it and it just took forever to shoot again. I'm like, this thing sucks.
Which one?
Pump shotgun.
Oh yeah, dude. I think it was the heavy shotgun, the combat shotgun.
Yeah, they brought that back, and that one is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the good one.
I was excited about that.
But yeah, and also with the map, there's whenever you start up, like on the battle bus, there'll be some.
Even before that though, when you're on the little island waiting to start, you're on like the Avengers. What's the thing called?
I don't remember.
It's like the giant ship.
Yeah. Okay, but whenever you come in, you'll have like
Quinjets.
Helicarrier. Helicarrier. You'll have the Quinjets come in, and they go to different spots on the map. And if you go there, there's some like henchmen, robot henchmen or whatever, and they have Stark weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go and kill them, they'll drop the weapon, and then you will get that weapon, and it's really powerful, like a assault rifle type weapon. So
yeah, and they brought back porta forts and boogie bombs, and shockwave grenades. They brought a lot of things back. I don't know how long all of them will stay, but
yeah, I didn't know that all that stuff had been gotten rid of.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that got vaulted, and they'll vault things and they'll bring things back, but
just like McDonald's and their McRib.
Yeah. All right. So I think we should move on to the next thing. Yeah. Speaking of like superheroes that we've been talking about, the next thing we're going to talk about, I mean, if you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, there's Goku, who's basically a superhero. And this game that we saw, what was it, last week or something? It's about Wukong, which is what Goku is based on.
Indeed.
Yeah. If you haven't seen anything about this, it's called Black Myth Wukong. Want to go ahead and throw up on the screen like the gameplay they showed. There was like 13 minutes of gameplay. And this game, it was what was it? It's developed by a indie studio in China. So a small team. Now, this game looks very impressive.
It looks incredible, especially for an indie team.
Yes.
I didn't know it was an indie team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is basically like the way whenever if you're watching live, you'll kind of see it looks kind of like a Souls type gameplay, where you'll have like the one-on-one matches or whatever with like a powerful enemy. Kind of like what, Jedi, what was,
Fallen Order?
Yeah, Fallen Order, that game. So yeah, like the game looks really good. And if you like, the story of Wukong, then you probably will enjoy it. The game, from what we saw that they showed, it's in, I guess, Chinese. And
Yes.
I kind of hope that they will, have it where they would have at least English subtitles that I can read it.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, but the game looks really good. Like we don't know. I'm looking at an article right now that was made by IGN. We don't know specific details about the story. All that we know is based on the classic Chinese tale Journey to the West. One of the 4 masterpieces of classical Chinese literature. A portion of the original story focuses on Sun Wukong, also known as the Monkey King, who appears to be the main character in this game.
Yes. And there are several moments in the trailer that we see that are taken pretty much directly from Journey to the West. So it looks like they do a very loyal portrayal of the story of Sun Wukong.
Yeah, I think that is what they were trying to do, was to make it true to the story and try to be as authentic as they as possibly can for this.
Yeah. He probably won't have his companions, because it does seem like a very Souls-like type game. Like all the gameplay we've seen, he's solo. Like you're just kind of by yourself wandering through. So it may not have those aspects, but it does have, one of the moments where he becomes a cicada to get past his enemies. Like that's super cool that they added that. And what was it? They have over 40. Was it 70 weapons and 40 martial arts styles that are all different, that are all represented in the game?
I think so.
Yeah, it was insane, the just immense amount of different weapons and martial arts styles that they put into the game.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm looking forward to having, that staff, because ever since I was younger and I would see Dragon Ball with Goku having that staff that would, really extend and stuff. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to, getting to play where you get to have that. I mean, and there's been other games that would try to portray Wukong. I mean, we've League of Legends, you have, the character Wukong, and he has he carries a staff, but I don't know how true it is of his abilities on there that relates to Wukong, other than, the staff.
He's got the staff. He's got the ability to, make a copy of himself and do the evasion stuff. He's got some of the flavor.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess is all they need. I mean, I don't know if they were really trying to be what Riot trying to be super accurate with it.
Right. Which is funny because they had in Smite, they had Wukong, and then they ended up having to rename him and rebuild the character as a different character. I don't know what he's called now, but he was Wukong, I think.
Yeah. I remember playing as,
or maybe he was Sun Wukong.
Yeah, I can't remember his abilities and stuff in Smite, but I remember playing him. Sorry, I'm also watching the gameplay, and because I'm having it going, but I'm trying to talk about it. But God, this game looks really good, especially for the indie game. And I'm I don't know. We don't know when it's supposed to come out, I don't believe. Yeah, no release date has been announced. But it's aiming for PC and console. And I would assume that it will be coming out for next-gen consoles. So
I would think so.
I would hope.
It would make the most sense.
Yeah. Even though I think I saw something where this game was made with Unreal Engine 4. And we do know that Unreal Engine 5 is out, but I don't know if a lot of developers have their hands on that for, I don't know how long. this game's probably been in development for quite a while, and Unreal Engine 5 probably hasn't been out since they started, so it's probably why I heard that it was in 4. But it looks really good. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how long the game will be. But yeah, like this game showed a lot of like praise, and a lot of people were, really into it and stuff. And I saw something that whenever they had this gameplay to show, they weren't intending it to be, very popular and for a lot of people to enjoy it. I think they were like putting it out there to try to recruit people to come and help like with the game, since they are a small studio.
I mean, when when I started to watch the gameplay, I was like, yeah, I don't know if this interests me. And then he turned into the cicada, and then like the stuff with the staff, and then his staff gets fiery, and I was like, this looks pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I am just extremely excited to possibly get a loyal portrayal of Journeys to the West in a playable video game, which I don't know if we've ever actually had before.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good story.
Yeah, so this is what we have seen with the Black Myth Wukong. If any of y'all want to, y'all can look stuff up. You can watch the gameplay if you're listening, and if you're watching now, you can go and watch the whole gameplay or finish the gameplay. Yeah. So this game looks really good. Looking forward to it. Definitely want to know more about it.
Hopefully we can get a release date soon.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I would hope that the game is going to be coming out at least next year, but I don't know if that will happen. It might be.
Apparently the website states that it shouldn't take more than 500 years to make. So
wonderful. At least they have a sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now,
sort of going back to our superhero.
Yeah. Going back
theme.
to superhero stuff, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we saw at DC Fandom. If you haven't seen any of the stuff from DC Fandom, you can go, on YouTube, and you can watch like all the trailers and stuff that they have showed. It's not just video games. A lot of it was like movies or shows, stuff like that. But there was a couple video games that they did show that we were talk about. Will, which one would you like to start with first? Suicide Squad or Gotham Knights?
Man, let's start with Gotham Knights.
Okay.
Yeah. That looks very exciting. I haven't seen a whole lot of gameplay. Have they released much gameplay?
They have 7 minutes of gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mostly just saw the trailer, and then kind of read up a little bit about it. I'm excited. Like Red Hood, Red Hood, Damian Wayne, Nightwing, and which Batgirl is it? Is it Barbara?
Barbara.
Yes, Barbara.
Is it Barbara?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So it takes place after Batman dies, supposedly.
Let me get some gameplay to come up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and both of these games are still in the Arkham universe, right?
No. That's what I was going to get at.
Okay.
So this game, Gotham Knights, is made by Warner Brothers Montreal. They're the ones that made Batman Arkham Origins. So Arkham Origins, yeah. If you ever played the Arkham Origins game, it was, in my opinion, was not as good as the other games, which the other ones were made by Rocksteady. There was just some things about it that I didn't like. Yeah, it was, probably like they did stuff, you know, that they wanted to do, but they were still like basically piggybacking off of what Rocksteady made. But yeah, so this game, Arkham Knights, they had a cinematic trailer before the gameplay that I'm showing right now. It basically started off with Batman's dead. And there was some speculation that it was basically right after the end of Batman Arkham Knight. But then later there was stuff that
there were things that didn't line up.
There was things that didn't line up that made it seem like this game was actually in a different like universe or whatever that was not based off of the Arkham series. And then there was confirmation, I think, from someone that this game is not part of the Arkham series.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Like one of the things was it Deadshot? He's the one with the scar, right?
Deadshot, no, the scar, that was Red Hood.
Red Hood. Why did I say Deadshot? That's the other game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Hood. He had a scar, but it wasn't the same scar that he got in the other series.
Yeah, like he had a big scar like across his face, but
from Joker,
but then in the other one it was like a J scar that he got from the Joker. Yeah. So in this game, everything that we know is it could be played single player, but they do have a co-op option. Though, from what I understood, it's not you can't have like a couch co-op. It can only be online co-op. And with it being co-op, you would think, oh, you could play as like 4 different heroes. It could be 4-player co-op. No, it's only 2-player co-op. Not really sure why that is, but I mean, I guess they have reasons for it. So with the 4 players, you can play as Batgirl, as you can see on the screen if you're watching. You can play as Robin. You can play as Red Hood, or you can play as Nightwing. So these are the Gotham Knights that has helped Batman like over his time, but like we said, Batman's dead, though I believe Batman's not actually dead. I don't think they're actually going to kill him off. I feel like later in the game, when you would get to play it, that he will show up like at the end. And
it started with not just him dying, but like the Batcave being blown up.
Yeah.
And he sent out some sort of message.
So yeah, Bruce Wayne can't die until we meet Terry McGinnis. That's just facts in every canon.
Okay, yeah. So this game is set to release sometime next year, so 2021. According to this, the gameplay, it looks like they've added a lot of the RPG style. So there's numbers above the enemies, which it kind of shows that, you know, there's like a level system where if you're a certain level, it'll be easier to face the enemy, or if they're like a higher level, it, you know, be more difficult.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I don't know how I feel about that, because I just really like the Arkham series, where, you know, it's just that action game, and you have the skill tree of like different abilities and stuff, and you would just have like, you know, defeat enemies like through combos, and like they would take so much like, I guess, damage and then go down. I don't know if I like that they're adding the like level of the enemies or whatnot. I don't know. We'll just see. I mean, the game still looks good.
I think, because I was watching something this morning, and I think it was this game. It was one of the videos you sent me, Nick. Mm-hmm. They mentioned that not only does like your character that you play level up, but the enemy that you face, their level depends like on your level.
Yeah.
So you're not going to go as a like level 15 character facing an enemy that's level 5. It's going to match your level.
So I'm just reading some things.
Mr. Freeze is in this one, right?
Yes. I think from this gameplay that we're showing right now, I don't know how long it is into the game, but there's boss fights, which I will say I do like the look of these boss fights compared to like the boss fight from like Arkham City whenever you face Mr. Freeze. Like this looks, more like the RPG or whatever. It looks more fun. And if you watch some of the gameplay, you'll kind of get some of the other like RPG kind of style that they'll have. Like with Batgirl, sometimes, or you'll see it like on the screen, like the UI or whatever. There's like a purple bar at the bottom underneath her health that will build up, and I guess if you use certain abilities, it will go down. There'll be some like status effects. So in this scene right now that we're watching, she did something, and then like underneath Mr. Freeze's health, there's like a little status effect that kind of shows what it could be. There was one that just showed it was like fire, like that he was on fire. So
yeah, I think they said there's certain things that like the enemies are weak against.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
You can use those to your advantage.
Yeah, so that is, Gotham Knights of the gameplay that we're able to show y'all. But more about the game. Yeah, so it says you could take the game entirely as single player or 2-player co-op, which, I mean, I guess that's cool that you can play the whole game as a co-op. So, oh yeah. There was another thing. The whole Court of Owls.
Hey.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's another thing that they are introducing in the game. Which, the whole Court of Owl things. It sounds like this game's going to be a real hoot.
Oh yeah. No, you did not.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes all of our viewers.
Yeah. Yeah, this game, like, I know whenever I saw like the gameplay or whatever, I was like, yeah, I want to play. And one of our friends said dibs on Red Hood, and I was like, all right, fine, dibs on Nightwing. Because like I told you, Will, before we started that, with the game on Injustice, Nightwing was one of my go-to guys. So yeah, he has a special place in my heart. And
it looks like Batman left them a new headquarters.
Oh yeah.
Like a
the
belfry,
that bell tower or something.
Yeah. But it looked like it hadn't been used in a while, so it looked like it was a little outdated. So a video that I watched mentioned that might indicate that you can upgrade your headquarters as you go.
Oh, that'd be fun. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so this game coming out next year. Hopefully it won't get delayed like everything else because of COVID. But yeah.
So the other game.
Well, was there anything else that we want to talk about, Will? Anything you want to talk about with Gotham Knights?
I think we hit all the high points. It is Damian Wayne as Robin, right?
Oh man, I just had it up. Let's see.
Rip.
So
I'm pretty sure
it was like what Jason Todd as Red Hood.
Dick Grayson.
No, it is Tim Drake.
Yeah, Tim Drake.
Oh wow!
Tim Drake is Robin.
Robin. So, fun fact: Tim Drake is the only Robin, or only person really, to actually figure out that Batman is Bruce Wayne. Other than villains. But yeah, he figured it out, and he approached Bruce Wayne and was like, "Hey, I want to work for you. I know you're Batman."
Mm-mm.
Nice nugget of information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the next, if that's all we're going to say about Gotham Knights.
Yes.
Okay. Next game is Suicide Squad. Unfortunately, we don't have gameplay for this, but we do have their announcement trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess I will go ahead and pull
Now,
it up. No, not that. Not
this one is not connected to anything else either, is it?
Okay, this one is, it does, from what I saw, does take place during the Arkham series universe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all right.
It is made by Rocksteady.
So it is made by Rocksteady. In the trailer, I mean, we'll see Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn, basically, like this, from my understanding, takes place after like Arkham Knight. So, Joker is dead. And I assume she's just doing these kind of missions or whatever to get less time for her like sentence of being in jail or whatnot.
Well, plus they've got the chip in their head.
Yeah. Though I will say with the whole Harley Quinn, I feel like they made her look more like the Harley Quinn from the newer movies of like Suicide Squad or Birds of Prey, which I was never a big fan of that image. I wish it was still the Harley Quinn from the Arkham series, like of how she looked, but I mean, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn's style is not exactly where I would have liked it to be. But the way she plays the character is all right. I'm not sure about the shaved back of the head. Did you guys notice that in the trailer?
No,
I don't think I noticed.
Yeah,
that.
like she's got like the pigtail things, and then she's got half of her head like shaved off, like almost bowl cut style.
Oh, I see it now.
Like the bottom half.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. Oh man.
Yeah, it's like almost a Tank Girl feel.
See that? Okay.
Like she feels like Tank Girl, not Harley Quinn. But that's a whole nother discussion.
So, all right. So
I like Killer Shark's in there.
In this game, it's set to release sometime in 2022.
Oh wow, okay.
You didn't mention the big thing. You said it's part of the Arkham series, but it takes place in Metropolis, not in Gotham.
I'm going to assume that it's going to take him multiple places.
Well, in the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer.
In Metropolis.
Yeah. Let's see. So, from what we get from the trailer, there's 4 different characters that you can play. There's Deadshot, who has no resemblance to what he looked like from the Arkham games that they had.
I was gonna mention that he looks nothing like he's supposed to if he's actually part of Arkham.
Yeah. There's Harley Quinn that we've been talking about. There's King Shark, and then there's Captain Boomerang, which, if I had played a character, Captain Boomerang looks pretty awesome.
He just reminds me of Junkrat from Overwatch. So
he basically is. He's super funny in the comics. And you said that while I was typing in Captain Boomerang, and I typed in Captain Junkrat.
You're welcome.
But yeah. I think like if I had to pick one character to play, I would want to play Captain Boomerang because he looks a lot of fun. I mean, Harley Quinn also looks fun to play. But so this game, I don't know if it's going to be like Marvel Avengers, where it's a games of service where they're just constantly, working on the game. Kind of like what Destiny is. Like, I don't know if it's going to be that. Like, if it is that, then that means that they probably are going to add more characters later. But I don't know if that's in their vision. If these characters that they showed, if that's all we're going to get. But I know they described the game as like an action RPG, third person shooter, blah blah, like just so many different things. Which, I mean, the shooter, like Captain Boomerang, he shoots, and Deadshot, he's going to be shooting. But then it also looks like we're going to get that action kind of game like we do from the Arkham series. which you could like in the trailer you could see from what Harley Quinn of like how she was going about like destroying enemies. Um, each of these guys, it seems like they're going to have their own type of mobility. So in the trailer, Harley Quinn, she had like a zip line grapple gun or something that she can get around. Deadshot had a like jetpack that he would fly around. Captain Boomerang, he would basically teleport to his boomerang. And then
he's got a teleporting boomerang now, which I really like.
Yeah, like whenever I saw that, I was like, yeah, I want to play him. It looks a lot of fun. And then King Shark, he just, jumps around.
Sort of like a Hulk.
Yeah, kind of like Hulk. So.
Now, in that article, Nick, it said that there were some other playable characters. Whether or not that's true. It says El Diablo, Cheetah, and Enchantress.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All fun characters.
According to this article.
Yeah, this article is by inverse.com. Yeah, that's where I'm looking. But yeah, so I mean this game looks good. Like I don't know how I feel about, it's Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I don't know if that was something I would want to do. Like part of me feels like I would prefer to play as the Justice League. But
I think it's an interesting take. Because normally in a game, you're the good guy facing the bad guy. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's cool that they reversed that. But in the video I watched this morning, it said something...
You're still technically the good guy in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it said something about the Justice League was like under the spell of somebody else.
Yeah. So, they're being controlled by Brainiac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not... I don't know.
I mean...
It's cool.
Like I'm still going to play the game. Rocksteady, like, I have faith in them, like of what they gave me with the Arkham games. Also, I would like to I've never actually seen the movie Suicide Squad, but I heard that it was terrible. But I would be okay with whoever makes the cinematic for this Suicide Squad trailer if they would just make a Suicide Squad movie because it looked really good.
I heard Birds of Prey was good.
So.
I didn't see Birds of Prey.
We haven't either, but I heard it was better.
Yeah. Trying to think of what other information I have about the game.
You can play single player and switch between the characters.
Oh, yeah.
I believe. But you can also play multiplayer.
Yeah, I would hope that would be multiplayer. Like, I mean, if they do the whole, like, games of service thing, then I would assume that it's going to be similar to what Marvel Avengers is going to be, which is coming out next week.
I mean, you're literally a squad, so if you can't squad up with your friends, kind of...
Yeah, then that's just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
What are your thoughts on it, Will?
Man, I'm excited. I'm interested to see how they explain what happened to Deadshot.
Why he doesn't look anything like what he...
it's got to be
what
a
he looked
new
like in
Deadshot
Arkham City
or
Arkham Origins.
This has got to be a new guy, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Maybe he went through surgery.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. You just got a tan. It's cool. But no, I'm looking forward to it. King Shark with a couple of cleavers and a machine gun. That's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, teleporting Boomerang, Captain Boomerang. I don't know if that happened in the comic books, but I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm just imagining now of how to do gameplay, throw teleport, just shoot somebody in like mid-air, throw the boomerang again, and then teleport there. Yeah.
Combos, big old wombo combos.
Gonna be fun.
And I would assume the boomerang would do damage also.
Oh yeah.
I would think, yeah. I mean, at the end of the cinematic, you see the boomerang coming back, and Superman just quickly dodges it with his head. Yeah. I kind of wonder how hard it is going to be to defeat the Justice League. I assume that I don't know if it's going to be where you're going to have to face like all of them at once. It's probably going to be like a one-on-one, or you face Superman, then you're going to go face Batman, then you go face Aquaman, like all that.
Well, and do you think like everybody in the Justice League will be in this game, or you think it'll only be certain ones?
I feel like it would probably only be certain ones.
I mean, I
There's
don't
a
know how
lot
big.
of members of the Justice League.
Yeah, so just
Technically.
like the main ones.
There'll probably be certain ones. That way, if the game does well,
But we
Let's
know
expand.
from the like decorations and like all the random stuff that you see in the trailer that there's going to be a Green Lantern, a Batman, a Superman, and a Wonder Woman. Because you
Where's
see
my
like their
Aquaman?
symbols in the trailer.
yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. Flash would be insane. I never ever want to fight a speedster in any game because either they're not done to their potential or you can't beat them. Like I don't think
Yeah.
a speedster's ever been done properly in a video game because they're just so broken. Speedsters and teleporters, man. Just the
Yeah.
most insane superheroes.
Yeah. So Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League coming out in 2 years. And it will be on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. Yeah.
So
X,
it'll
right?
be on PC and PlayStation 5.
Yeah. All right. And I think that is all that we wanted to talk about that we couldn't talk about last week or anything. So yeah. If y'all want, we can close out with a video game 21 questions if y'all want.
Yeah, we'll probably have time for one.
Okay.
Did you have a game that you already thought of?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh.
I mean, who wants to think of the game?
I will go first.
So you're thinking of the game?
Sure.
Okay.
Got one?
I've got one.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Look who came prepared.
Indeed.
Did you do one last time?
I did.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did.
Okay.
It was the easiest one.
Oh,
By
yeah.
I'm
far.
the one that stumped you guys.
With stupid farming simulator. All right. So did this game come out after 2000?
Yes.
Okay. Is this game on current gen?
Yes. Well, what is current gen? What do you?
PS4, whatever the Xbox One like the Xbox that we have right now is
Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Well, I guess
and then like PC, I guess, or Switch and all that.
I know it's on PC.
Okay.
So is it on console?
Yeah, is it on console?
I don't know. I can answer that real quick though. Hold on.
You didn't come all the way prepared,
Yeah.
folks.
I didn't.
So
I
that's-
didn't.
That's what, 3 questions so far?
Sure, I wasn't keeping track.
Yeah, I thought you normally keep count.
Okay. It is on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That was 3 questions.
Mhm.
Is this a first-person shooter?
No.
Is this game known for multiplayer?
Yes. It is multiplayer. I don't know if it's known for it's multiplayer, but
Like
it's like a multiplayer only game. Yes.
Oh, okay. It's multiplayer only. Okay. Phew. Okay. Multiplayer only, not first person shooter.
Have you played this game?
I have indeed.
I don't
Okay.
know if that helps you, Nick.
No, it doesn't help me. Multiplayer. Is this a... Okay, I know it's not first person shooter. Is it just a shooter game?
It is.
Okay.
Is it part of a series of games?
No, ma'am.
Have we talked about this game on this episode?
Yes.
Okay. This episode that we talked about.
Talked about a few games this episode.
I know. Is a shooting game. Is there different... No, because that's not a shooting game.
Oh.
Is there different characters in this game?
There are.
Is...
He didn't ask about playable characters, though, folks.
Oh, dang.
I'm messing with you. There are multiple playable characters.
Is this game actually released, or still like in beta, whatnot? Is the game still in beta?
It's in beta.
Okay. I don't know how many questions that is. I think that's 11.
I think it's 11.
I have an idea of what it is, but
Well, go for it.
no, because if I guess and it's wrong, then that's the end of it.
Oh.
Wait, I thought a wrong guess just was.
question?
But
okay.
no, before last time I said that if you are going to guess a game and if it's wrong, that's the end of it.
Okay.
Is this a game that you feel like you are really good at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You
Well, see,
want to say it at the same time, Nick?
Sure. Is it
Road Company?
It is indeed.
Well, see, it kind of threw me off when you're like, I don't know if it is on like PlayStation or Xbox, though I've been playing on PlayStation.
I only play on PC, my guy.
Well, I mean, I would have played it on PC, but the code they gave me was for PlayStation, and I was like, all right, I'll take it.
At least it's cross play.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You know what we didn't mention, Nick?
What?
And I'm going to say, because I think we're running out of time. We didn't mention that not Marvel, yeah. It's Marvel's Avengers, right?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
the title?
I kind of mentioned.
Yeah, but it's coming out Friday, right?
Yeah, it's coming out Friday.
So you might hear more about it next week, maybe. I don't know, because we're going to be picking it up on Friday.
Yep.
And I'm sure playing it.
Yep.
Streaming it.
Yep.
So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
The beta was good, so.
Which, like, real quick, I don't think we mentioned it before. Or at least on the show. But with Marvel Avengers coming out, it is a game of service game. So they're going to be working on it for a while. But there was a leak that revealed unannounced playable characters. So if you weren't sure about getting the game because they didn't have the character that you wanted to play, here's a list of characters that they mentioned that they might be in the game.
What? Say, how can it be unannounced?
I mean, like, because they haven't officially announced it, but they are looking to put Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Kate Bishop, War Machine, Peter Parker, which we already know, Ant-Man, Wasp, Vision, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Falcon, Marvel, Mockingbird, Quake, Winter Soldier, and Scarlet Witch.
Wow.
So I feel like I've mentioned that before. I don't know if it was on this.
See, I know you've heard it say. I've heard
I don't
you
know if
say
it was
but I don't know if it
on the
was-
podcast. So, but yeah.
I was excited to hear Kate Bishop. That's cool.
Yeah. So, like they're looking to do big things for this game. I hope this game is, going to be really good. I enjoyed playing the beta whenever we did. I did hear something else with the battle pass, because each character basically has a battle pass, and I think all the base characters, when the game is released, the battle pass is like free, but any characters coming like out after that, like Hawkeye or Spider-Man, you would have to purchase the battle pass for them if you want, which is real money. Or I feel like there's a way. I feel like I saw something with the other battle passes that you would earn the currency for it, kind of like what you would in Fortnite, and then you could use that to get the battle pass. I'm not sure. We'll find out maybe next week whenever we play. So
needless to say, Nick's saying we'll probably end up putting more money into this game.
Quite possibly. I mean, we'll just see how it works out. But yeah. Other than that, we are running out of time for today.
So I hope you guys have been thinking about that trivia question, because it is time for our answers.
Yeah.
Yes. So just a refresher, that trivia question was, who was the first superhero featured in a video game?
Okay.
Guesses?
So I'm not confident in my answer.
Well, let's hear yours because
I know Will seems more confident, so I'll answer first. But so whenever I think of superheroes, I'll think of like the most popular ones. There might have been a game where there was like a not as popular superhero that they try to come out with, but it wouldn't make sense. But I'm going to go with Superman because I feel like he's the more popular one that people would go with. And I know there was some old video games with Superman before, but I am not confident in my answer, but I'm going with Superman.
Okay. Will?
For the longest time, I actually thought that there weren't that many old superhero games.
Mm-hmm.
But I was proven wrong multiple times, and I think you're actually right. I think it's Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Superman.
Okay.
Like way back in like the 70s, maybe.
It was in fact Superman.
Okay.
So he became the first superhero to feature in a video game was Superman. That was just the name. It was for the Atari 2600, and it came out in 1979.
Dang. I mean, it just would make sense because like back in the day, you would hear superhero, your first thought is Superman.
Yeah.
Though today is different because we've gotten a lot of like superhero movies. We've
gotten a lot of Marvel stuff.
Yeah, a lot of Marvel and all that stuff. And but yeah, like back in the day, Superman was the hero. So to me, it just made sense that that's going to be like, oh, we're going to make a game for Superman. This is going to sell. So it made sense to me. So
yeah.
And I think soon after that, like they really started ramping that up. Like Spider-Man games started coming out like crazy.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of old Spider-Man games and then Batman games. I think that Superman was that the side scroller one that was basically like like Galaga, like a side scrolling Galaga.
I feel like it would be.
But yeah, like I thought of the question and then I went to look it up, not expecting there to be one as early as 1979.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't alive then, so obviously I wasn't playing games then.
Does Mario count as a superhero? He is Super Mario.
Yeah, but maybe the fact that he cannot stop, somebody from taking Peach kind of just
But he always saves her in the end.
bumps it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But then
he
she gets
always
away.
lets her go.
Yeah.
So,
All right. All right. So we're going to wrap up this episode. And also, we want you to be able to contact us and check us out on all the different media platforms. So, Will, where can the listeners find you and, the podcast?
Well, they can definitely find us on youtube.com. Our channel is Out of the Box Gaming. Our Discord is linked there on our YouTube channel and anywhere that you can find our podcast. And we have our link tree, which is usually linked in all those places as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have Instagram at OOTB_gaming. And then we also have a Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @GamingOOTB. And then check out our Patreon and all the awesome perks that you can unlock there. We will be adding several new awesome perks pretty soon.
Yes.
So check those out when we put up our update. I'm not sure when that'll happen. And speaking of Patreon, thank you to our wonderfully awesome Collector's Edition Patreon, Cody Watkins, also known as Indecent Sarcasm. Such a good guy. You can always find him hanging out with us on stream, playing games, or role plays with us.
Yeah. If you want to find me, or if you want to find the channel live, like if you just want to, watch us live when we do this, you can you can find it on Facebook Gaming, Trovo D Live, and Twitch is where we do the show live at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Saturdays. And that's at Ace King King, which that's where you find me. You can also find me at YouTube and Instagram at Ace King King or Twitter at Ace King King 77.
Please make sure to leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow. And thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to join us next week.
Yep. And this has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay. Thanks for playing along.